Hey guys, you can tell I don't look very good right now, but I was just thinking, I didn't really need to do a gaming video. I've done a lot of those recently. I didn't want to do a ranking video. So I was like, you know, we're about to hit 50 subscribers, and this is a video idea I've had for a little bit. I think maybe you guys should know more about me. So, like, if you're obviously watching me, if you don't already know me in person, maybe you don't really know who I am. So, you know, let's start off simple. So, for number one, let's just talk about, like, my family, kinda where I live, just a little bit, what my interests are, like my aspirations, grade, how old I am, just like what my name is. So, for one, my name is not Chad, although it is WW Chad on the thing. My name's actually Charlie. Not gonna go further about what else my name is, but, you know, my actual name's Charlie. I just like my name on here because turns out it's my Xbox name, so, you know. I am in 10th grade, so I'm 15. And you guys, one of my more popular videos is 15-year-old ranks World War I. So, yeah, I'm 15 years old, 10th grade. I'm actually about to turn 16 in, what is it? It's the 8th now. Just turned the 8th. I'm filming this at 12:03 a.m. So that means it is like, what is it? 14 days till my birthday? 16 days till my birthday. Yeah, bad at math. Whatever. So yeah, I'm about to turn 16. I'll get my driver's license pretty soon after that. And then there's my family. And so my mom and dad, obviously. And then I have a big brother named John David and a little brother named William. If you guys saw the intro to my Battlefield 1 video, the Challenges one, those are the guys who filmed it. My big brother dragged me across the floor. Yeah, but and more about me, my family has a business. So it's Rocco Red Noodles. We breed and sell golden doodles. I mean, I think we do a pretty great job with them, and they're not actually insanely overpriced like some other people. It's kind of crazy. Like, you can buy a golden doodle for $5,000, which is ridiculous. So, you know, if you're interested in getting a dog, you can check us out, of course. I'll probably link us in the description. More about me in school. I have a lot of friends there, but I consider myself a high achiever. I mean, I take all the honor classes I can. I take all the AP classes I can. I like to be in a place where, honestly, I don't like being in classes with people who aren't like that, because I feel like they just kind of go slower. And more of my friends are in the classes that are like honors and stuff like that anyway. Like, you get better teachers when you take a class that asks a little bit more. And sometimes the classes, usually actually, they're just more fun. The teacher has more respect for you. You get to do more individualized projects. Like, you just have more authority over what you can do. The teacher understands and respects you more, so you obviously have more options. So, honestly, I'd never not take an honors class. I'd never not take an AP class. So yeah, I'm pretty good at every subject. I was considering taking pre-cal because I got to skip a grade for math. So I was like, oh, I'm going to take pre-cal next year. Right now, I don't know about that. I think I'll just take like a dual enrollment, maybe statistics class. But and if I were to go to college, as for my aspirations, currently, if it's up to a college, I don't know, Tennessee Tech is pretty nearby me, so that's not a bad option. UT Knoxville, love the Vols. If they have a good like audio video course, I'd go there maybe. But as of right now, if I'm going to college, I'd probably go to Tennessee Tech and get a good audio video degree. I mean, it's a technology college, so why would that be a bad thing? And yeah, I honestly, that's about it for my very, very personal life. And if you can't tell, I mean, it's in the description of my channel. I have a few pretty specified, like, niche interests. So, I already know a lot of people love Star Wars, but I'm, like, very interested in it. I'm just, like, really interested in a few things, and I have this ability that I just kind of deep dive into things, get really interested in them. I don't know, it's just something that's always been a part of me, and it's, honestly, I think that's a great thing. Like, with school, it's helped me get better at it, but honestly, my drive to just kind of get knowledge and all that, or know more about something, get things, it just is something that comes naturally to me. Like, with Star Wars is kind of a weird example, but like, history is one of my main interests, and I don't know, I've just always been so drawn to things like, why did this happen? I think it makes you a better person to know what caused you to be where you are now, why things unfolded like they did. It's so interesting. especially war history. I'm great with that. Anywhere from, I'd say, the 1600s to now, I'm pretty good with, especially the world wars. Revolutionary War, Civil War, like American ones, pretty good with those too. But World War One and Two, I am great with. Those, I gotta give it to Battlefield 1. I mean, it just kind of sparks something in me, like, this is so cool. I mean, Battlefield 1, like, it'll have those little tips on the loading screen, and those are just like, wow. And I got books about it, I've watched so many videos about it. It's just, people will always ask me, like, how do you know all this stuff? Where do you learn all of it? Where do you read all of it? I didn't just learn all of it at once. It's just a bunch of accrued information, like, over a long time. My whole life I've been more interested in it. I mean, I'd say over the past 2 years, my knowledge about that stuff has probably doubled. But still, I just have a natural interest in it. It's something less serious like Star Wars. You know, I know a whole lot about that too. People be like, it's useless and it's not going to help you in life. But I have a lot of, I think, emotional intelligence to like why people feel like the way they feel, or why things are important, even if they might not seem important. And to me, it's things that are like not as important. They are just as important. It's important to be smart and to be like pretty straightforward minded, like focused. But you can't have that if you don't have your leisurely moments. You don't have things to dive into that you enjoy. If you have no hobbies, nothing that you can enjoy doing, you just focus on working and learning and like learning things you don't want to learn, then what are you doing? You're not going to learn anything. And after a while, you're just going to suffer from not being able to learn anything. You're going to have no inspiration and no aspirations. Like, you'll just be like annoyed by everything. And that's why I think a lot of people I know, like especially school and stuff, they hate it, or they have like, I want to get out of here, I just want to do whatever I want. Like, I have interest in growing up and having my own life, but I feel like if you can value what you have there, enjoy your time with people, and just kind of make the best of what you have there, be good at it so you enjoy doing it, and you enjoy when you get a great grade, or other people are like, wow, like when you get noticed. Like, if you can make it the best of your time somewhere, you're going to enjoy it that much more. I don't know. I just think if it's less important, if it's more important, at the end of the day, everybody's human. We all have interests, we all have things that make us happy, and if we didn't do those useless things that made us happy, then a lot of us wouldn't even be here today. A lot of us wouldn't be where we are in our lives. I don't think I would know as much as I know, or be determined as much as I am, if I didn't just give myself time to look at things I enjoy. And if you have that determination to like something and want to know more about it, but then you also have the things that you feel are less useful, like I love Star Wars, I learn a lot about it, just like I love history and learn more about it. It gets that mentality with everything for you. You'll want to know more about things. You'll have a better understanding. And on a different note or a topic about how I think of things, I think being objective is one of the most important things that you can do. Like, especially in this atmosphere that we live in. Like, obviously I live in Tennessee. You can hear it in my accent. You can hear it in, like, look around me, I'm in a freaking cabin. So being objective helps. If you can look at things in a way that challenges your views, you only get better. And a lot of the times when people like, oh, if you let things challenge your views or debate about things, you'll only get more interested in your opinion. Which that is true in a lot of cases. But if you can look at things maturely, like, I'm only 15, and I know, in some cases, I know more about important or specific things than people who are over double my age. It's just because I find value in looking at things in the past. Like, you'll see people like, I don't want to give any information about like what I believe about politics, but obviously Donald Trump's president, that's a controversial thing. A lot of people don't like him. But if I see statements like even him saying Biden was the worst president, people saying Trump's the worst president, I don't know. I just think that we need to know more about the context of things. If you want to know the worst president or the worst leader or a dictator, look at history and see what a dictator really was. Look at history and look at people like Woodrow Wilson or Buchanan right after the Civil War. Presidents that implemented Jim Crow laws, something like that were bad towards something and bad toward a group of people. Not like Joe Biden or Trump were now. Some areas they lack, in some areas they're strong. I think, like Joe Biden, I think he meant well. Trump, I do think he means well. I think Trump's more focused on the nation. Joe Biden was more focused on sometimes international relations, healthcare, and all that. But at the end of the day, we live in a pretty mild climate. There's a lot of things that are going on that a lot of people don't like, but honestly, it's not as bad as it has been before. If you want to say that the nation's never been more divided, it has. A civil war happened. You want to say we've never had a worse president? Well, we have had worse presidents that implemented things that split up schools, that tore the nation apart. I mean, things happen worse. It's hard to just... Being objective sets you apart mentally from other people, gives you your own mindset of way of thinking of things. So, like, one of my things that annoys me so much is, like, I'll watch a video and no matter what side it's on, even if it's not aligned with my political view, not just political, but just in general, I just see people villainizing and demonizing everything they see. Everything they see. How manipulated are you? Why can't you see things for the way they are? Why, like, an example could be, like, a SpaceX launch when it failed for some reason. Well, that was a rocket test launch. It's not going to destroy the atmosphere, for one, as well. Because if that was the case, then we would have no atmosphere. We have meteors that hit Earth every day. But that's just an example. Other things like political or law things that need to go into motion, no matter who the president is, if it's a good or a bad thing or something that'll benefit more people, but people always find an issue with it. I think that if you're more objective and you can see what the intent behind something is, you'll enjoy life more. You'll find more opportunities for yourself. And like me, I think I'm a pretty individual and like intelligent person. I think I'm very mature for my age. And yeah, I just think being mature, objective, and not so biased can get you a lot of places in your life.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, to just go a little bit more about what I know, I'm very, very well informed about history, obviously. Hobbies like Star Wars, or not hobbies, but just things that make me happy like Star Wars. Other useful things, like I enjoy weightlifting. Like fitness is something I love. Ever since probably about 7th grade, I've honestly just worked out. And people will say like, have you still working out? Have you stopped working out? I think something that's useful to think about, like, or think of when working out is, you don't want to say like, do I want to work out today? Or am I, like, somebody asks, are you still working out? Make it something that's just as normal as brushing your teeth. Something that's just an everyday thing that you have to get done. Like every night, usually I work out at night and I work out at home, and I think it's just fine. I mean, I have the equipment I need. Just, if you're just like, oh, I have to work out still, treat it like brushing your teeth, just do it and go to bed. I promise you, if you can be dedicated and take what is it called? It's a word. Take initiative. Take initiative to what you need to do. You will be so much better at doing things. You'll study more. You'll work out more. You'll have more time to yourself, and you'll just find that things are easier. Like, I started working out a while ago, and after a while, it's something that kind of lingers in your head in a good way, that you just, you got to get done. And if you can have that mentality about like other things, then it helps you out so much. Another random thing I know a lot about is space. I don't know, it's just something that a little kid I probably had more interest in it, but now I think it's just so weird. Do I think there's aliens? I think there's probably microbial life. I don't know if there's any intelligent life. If there is any, it's probably not very smart. I'm not embarrassed to share the fact that I am a Christian. That's one of the personal things about me. So when it comes to science and stuff like space, it's always kind of like, I don't know, because obviously it started with like 7 days, something like that. Like, it's weird to think about what the time frame on that was, But I am a deeply embedded Christian. Every morning, like, you go to school, you'll have your morning announcements. I'll do the pledge, and then moment of silence. I always pray. It kind of goes like, help my day go well. Others who are going through something or have lost somebody, help them have a good day. I think don't hate people that like don't hate you. If you can just have a viewpoint of where you treat people like you want to be treated, like the golden rule, you will live a better life. You don't have a want to be so popular or a want to be known by everybody or date a bunch of girls or do things that you don't need to be doing at your age. Your life will be better. I've always, like, when I grow up and still now, I mean, there's people around me that have bad hobbies, do bad things, like they'll smoke, they'll drink, they'll do inappropriate things. I have no interest in that. And it's one from my Christian views, but also my values. If you can entrench like biblical and holy values into what you do every day, then your day will be better. For some reason, people can't be nice to people that they see as weird. Everybody is just as self-aware as you are. Everybody is in their own mind and thinking about things looking at you every day. It doesn't make them any less of a person. They may think different things or act different or talk different, but it doesn't matter. You can still treat them just as you would treat somebody like your best friend. I don't know. I think viewing things in a more holy and moral standpoint, it helps. Helping people, helping yourself, they go hand in hand. I mean, just living a life where you know you're making others feel better. You know you're helping other people. I have personally, in many situations, been a person that people have been able to talk to. Somebody that's mature. I like to help people. I think it really can improve how your life is if you do that. I have actually a notebook about thoughts I've had. And I should make a video about it. I probably wrote last in it maybe a year and a half ago. But it involves things like if you love somebody or you're waiting to love somebody, that the longer you wait, the more aligned with you they are. Like imagine if you date somebody in high school, well, they've lived their life up to go to that high school, but they're kind of put there. But if you date somebody like in college, then that means they have similar aspirations and went to the same college that you went to, so they obviously will have more in common with you. So it kind of goes along the lines of that. A lot of theories that scientists have thought of, I've thought of before somebody told me. I thought of the fact that when you look at something, it's never present and it's always slightly old because light travels at the speed it does. Scientists like saying life started in a specific way. Well, if it does, they should create the conditions it needed to start life and just let it put those conditions together, have a controlled environment, and see if something happens. I don't know, a lot of thoughts. I should make a video on it, but I don't know. I love my mind and how I can think of things. My mom and me have a lot in common. I just have a knack of taking in information, but I'm not gonna say I know so much more than somebody else. I'm so much smarter than everybody else. I'm very smart, but it doesn't mean that. Think of it like this. You know as much as you know about specific things, and that doesn't mean that you know more than somebody else. They probably know just as much as you know about something, just about something else. Something that they value, something that is important to them. So, never think you know so much more than anybody else before you know what they're interested in. Like, if I'm a boy, and I know this much about history, and then there's this girl that knows nothing about history. Well, it doesn't mean, wow, I know so much more than that person. It just means that their values are different. Their priorities are different. They probably know so much more about doing something that girls like more. I think guys like sports sometimes a little bit more. Just never think that you know more than somebody else before you think about the fact that they probably know a lot more about something else that you don't know about. If that makes sense. Oh, and speaking of sports, I don't know where it is. Oh yeah, I brought this in here just to show I have hobbies. So one of them is sports. My favorite sport is football. Look at this, it's so beautiful. I broke this in, finished doing it yesterday. It's all nice and dark. Amazing grip on it. But yeah, I love football. I am a Cowboys fan. I probably have people that don't like me because of that. Not in a bad way, or people that won't like me because of it in my YouTube video. But it's not like I'm a bandwagon or anything. I don't think if you're a Cowboys fan, you're a bandwagon or something I just randomly started liking. It's kind of been a tradition in my family for literally 3 generations now. Like my dad and my grandparents being fans starting in the 70s. And then my dad being a fan for those initial 2 Super Bowls, and then talking to me about the 3 Super Bowls in the 90s and all that. Even if we haven't gone to the NFC Championship for 30 years now, I just find it fun to watch the games. I obviously love the Vols. I love how we're doing in basketball. I love how we're doing in baseball. I kind of like how we're doing in football, although we got smacked by Ohio State. But yeah, I love that. And you haven't really been able to see, other than maybe one time in another video, if you've watched the video. But I love building Legos. Maybe I could give you a tour real quick. Why do I have my headphones on? Okay, not only Legos, but I love games, obviously. history like objects aligned with it. For example, I have action figures kinda, but like Star Wars stuff. Look at this guy. I've got him and Commander Cody. They're both Black Series figures. They're pretty sweet. If it would go into focus, yeah. I've got those guys. I love model planes and model tanks. I've got a model BF-109. It's a World War II German plane. These things were awesome. I don't know where the Stug 4 is, or Sturmgeschütz, however you want to say, but you have your Tiger 1, Panther, and your Sturmtiger. I love all of those tanks. I've got a microscale Lego Notre Dame. I got a LAAT, I think that's what you call it, the gunship. I forgot to talk about it, shows. I love The Office, Star Wars, obviously. So, other shows like The Clone Wars, shows like Stranger Things I kind of like, but the main show I absolutely love is The Office. It's unbeaten for me. But back to Legos and other things that are on my desk. My very chaotic desk. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna show y'all how incredibly chaotic my desk is right now. It's insane. So here we go. Don't judge me or my horrendous camera work. So over here we've got a couple model Shermans. We have my beautiful PC that I built. So I'm so awesome. A Lego. What is this called? A7V tank. It's a German World War I. A Mark V landship Lego with some people on it. I love candles. Also, because it kind of gets stinky in here sometimes. A Lego Tiger. A little German Army Legos. I do love FNAF. As a little kid, I liked it more than I probably do now, but it's still intriguing to me. I wish this camera would focus better. A couple little metal Sherman tanks. Darth Vader head, some Lego stuff. I love Disney Infinity, so that's another thing. Also, about my desk, the situation with it, I have a lot of things out right now that need to go somewhere. We also are getting close to building and moving into a house, so things are also a little bit more chaotic because of that, and I don't have enough space for what I have. But yeah, down there I have weights and stuff. There's that. A couple water bottles. Like, you can tell I am so messy right now. Let me bring this mic over with me. Let me get it off the chair. Come on. Lego X-Wing, R2-D2. Let me get that off of there. It's Obi-Wan's starship, the first one before the Mark IIs came out. I had a little battle pack, so those came with that. This is made out of real decommissioned bullets. It came from Texas. My mom went to San Antonio, so that's pretty cool. I made some laser-cutted items like that, and after I kind of made a model. This is from New York. I have another Lego set that I do not want to build that came from New York. It's one of those stupid micro-scale things that are not fun to build. Alright, these rows get cooler. I have little lights down here. Let me see if I can... One sec. I haven't dusted these things in a while. I do that probably once a month maybe. So they're at the end of their cycle. They need to be dusted. This thing is a piece of junk that I don't dust because it falls apart every time. I mean, look at it. I need to get rid of it. I mean, I would sell this for $10. I don't care. But down there, I've got this little metal thing I made. It was gifted to me. I like it a lot. I've got a micro-scale Millennium Falcon, a micro-scale Y-Wing that's Captain Rex's. I love this ship, what is it called? The Acclimator. I got a Lego version of this ship. I have my clone collection here. I've got, I think that's 5s. I wish I had Echo. And I want a Bad Batch Lego set, but I don't have one. And then I'll have all my clones. This is my oldest one, the Phase 1 back here. I wish I had more of him. Let me go over here. I've got some droids. I've got the Invisible Hand. I have a STAP. All that came from a battle pack. This is another one of my favorites. It's the hallway scene in A New Hope when he chokes whatever that commander's name was. And I've got Princess Leia. Came from the X-Wing set. I just have her walking out. This is a pretty cool set. I liked this one a lot. I have a few figures I don't really care about a whole lot. A TIE Bomber. I love this set. Death Star trench scene. Love that set too. But yeah, I have some Lego sets that I think every kid probably has their famous bin that their mom threw their Legos in. That basically they all died. So yeah, I had one too. And I have more Lego sets than this, but you know, they were all lost to the void. And let me bring a couple things over that aren't this, but I do enjoy too. Okay, another thing, I love golf. It's kind of a recent thing I've started to like. Here's like a 7-iron, for example, but you can see some of my other clubs. I've gotten more into it. I enjoy golf. I think, like, I enjoy it when I do good. So, you know. So that's golf. And you know I love history and all that. So obviously, you know, I need some replica things. So this is a World War II era, like 1-to-1 replica. This thing's like weighty. This thing's hefty. What is it? I don't know. M31, M51, whatever it is. Stahlhelm. It's just the German version of helmet. You know, they have probably the best helmet design of the era. I mean, I know the British had the Brodie, which was okay. French with the Adrian. And speaking of Adrian, probably my favorite helmet. I love French uniforms. And I love the blue to them. And I also love their helmets. I don't know. I've just always been kind of intrigued by French military history. I love Napoleon. I love World War I especially. I like that. I love their Napoleonic uniforms for one too. But this helmet also 1-to-1, pretty hefty, feels nice. I love it too. It needs, like, we're gonna build the new house. It just needs a spot to be here. It's somewhere back there that I had to just pull it out of because there's not enough room for it. But yeah, helmets, love these too. Bang. And then disclaimer, YouTube. I only took the orange tip off of this. This is not a real gun. I repeat, this is not a real gun. It's just very, very sexy and close to being one. This is my, let me back up a little bit. This is my Airsoft Kar98K. Turn that mic a little bit. It weighs like, I don't know, 8 pounds with the leather sling and the bayonet on it. Probably around 9 pounds. I mean, it's hefty, and if you can't tell, it's like almost a 1-to-1. It uses little metal cartridges. Stick a bullet in them, you can shoot it. But this thing is sweet. Everything on here is identical to a real Kar98. I love this gun. It's awesome. Another one of my things right here, a Luke Skywalker NeoPixel lightsaber. The freaking button fell off, so I have to like turn it on with a screw. But that doesn't matter. This thing is awesome. I love it. I mean, it just looks so nice. I mean, if it focuses, check that out. It is very nice. And aside from those, that lightsaber, I have a couple other like dueling, just regular LED lightsabers, which are all also metal. It's not like they're Disney. It's just, you know, they're baselit. And then the disclaimer again: this is not a real gun. This is an airsoft gun. But I have I forgot the name that you call these, but they're just like really tactical pistols for airsoft. Really, really nice. I mean, you can tell this thing is heavy. What does it say? I don't know. But this thing, really, really cool. But yeah, enough of like stuff that I own. That's a lot you can know about me. Maybe we can talk about my hobbies a little bit. So, if you were to talk about my hobbies, I would tell you, I don't play football. I don't really play sports right now. But I did play football in middle school for a year. And I did not like it, and I stopped playing it. And then I was going to come back for sophomore year, and I literally only was there for 2 days because I got made fun of a little bit. But my logic was, I hated it so much after 2 days again, and it gave me all that anxiety and stress. Why would I want to put myself through an entire season of it? So I was like, if there's any time I should get out, I should probably get out now. So yeah, I don't play football anymore, but I absolutely love the sport. I love throwing football. I'm not necessarily quarterback worthy, but I think I'm pretty good, especially like preseason before I had my incredibly long 2-day stint with football. For that off season, for a good while, I practiced again, throwing and stuff, doing routes with a couple of my friends who are on the team. They are receivers, and genuinely, I am pretty good when I have a little bit of time to warm up. Give me like a week of getting prepared, and I could lead a good flag football team. I'll say that. But yeah, I mean, I even like conditioned this football. Finished doing that yesterday. These things are expensive, but honestly, if you want a football, then I would recommend it. And if you're gonna buy one, get one off of eBay. It's so much cheaper, and you can get one for new for like $50 off. I mean, I got this thing for like $92, and It's one of those balls that we're going to kind of be used by a team. So it's 75th San Francisco 49ers. Ugh. Yeah, I like this ball a lot. I have a couple other leather ones, like another Duke and another Wilson GST. But that's one of my hobbies. Another one's obviously like playing games. I mean, kids my age obviously probably all play games, so it's pretty normal. Favorite game of all time, Battlefield 1. But I do love other games and I play them with my friends. Other hobbies, if you consider I consider learning a hobby. I'm a nerd, but I wouldn't say I'm like a weird nerd necessarily. I'm a pretty cool guy. I'm not gonna say I'm a pretty cool guy, but I'm a normal person. I'll say that. I enjoy learning. I enjoy getting to know more about things. Being able to do trivia so easily is so nice. Just knowing a bunch of useless information. And another one of the things could be we have our dog business, so you can consider taking care of dogs, helping along with the business a little bit. That's a hobby. And then now, I guess it's a hobby right now. If I can turn it into something, please subscribe. Making YouTube videos, recording and editing is something that just for the past maybe 2 months now, now it's 2 weeks for this channel, but audio video production, I am in love with it. I love creating videos. I love publishing them. I love having feedback. I love being able to go to my channel analytics after 14 days and see that I have 10,000 total views for my channel, which is pretty awesome. Seeing that people sometimes comment, I have a pretty good like ratio. I mean, a good amount of people like the videos that they watch for me. I notice my horror videos don't do that great. My ranking videos do pretty good. My Battlefield 1 videos do pretty good, so maybe I should learn something from that. If there's anything y'all want to see me do, then obviously tell me. But yeah, creating videos, filming, editing, another one of my hobbies. I very much enjoy doing it. And maybe another one of my hobbies, not something that I can call a hobby like I do it every day, but I love traveling. I love seeing new places. Like next week for me it started spring break. And this week we're going to go to this cabin along the Appalachian Mountains in Gatlinburg, which is just so nice. I love having my own room, privacy, just like on the side of a mountain, just getting able to wake up every morning, look out a large window, just things about traveling I just love. Being able to share moments with somebody that's important to you, like your family, like that. You know, building Legos, hobby. Throwing football, a hobby. Watching sports is a hobby. Learning is a hobby. Yeah, my life is made up of my own interests. So, but I enjoy helping people. Helping people like in my family, friends, anybody like that. I feel like I can talk to somebody and get well done. I think debating's fun sometimes, especially if it's something I know a good amount about. Like if I'm seeing somebody say something objectively kind of as misinformation. Like if somebody were to say the US has never helped Europe at all in its history, just because how they think of we are now, then it's like, no, you're wrong. We've done a lot of things. And I could go into it, but just like imagine that as a debate topic. You find that cool. I had an AP class last semester where there was a couple things. It was basically a debate, based like innocent till proven guilty. It was a trial. For one of them, I acted as Napoleon. In another one, I defended Columbus, but basically was Columbus because I was the only one that talked because the guy who acted as Columbus sucked. But I was pretty good being Napoleon. It was basically like, is he a tyrant? You know, helping people learn, hobby, trivia. I mean, something I enjoy doing. I don't know if it's a hobby. More about me if you wanted to know. I can't really think of other things. There's obviously a lot of things about me that I haven't told. Things that I don't want to tell, things that I just forgot to put in this video. That's just more about me. This video probably won't have a lot of editing. It's something simple for me to record, kind of put up there. If you clicked on it, thank you. Thank you so much. And if you got to this point in the video, holy cow, you are such an awesome person. If you are also a content creator, a small one, you know, I'll subscribe to you, subscribe to me, you know. But if you have tips for me, leave them in that comment section. Help me. Let me know. I'd love to turn this into something. I mean, I can do many things in my life, but if this is something I can do with it, I would love to do it. I'll give everything I have toward it. But to kind of end this off, that is more about me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for getting to this part of the video. Please consider subscribing. We're almost at 50. Please consider liking, turning on notifications. I have a couple other socials on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I haven't posted on Instagram in a while. I'm sorry if you even care about that. But yeah, I mean, I really hope you enjoyed the video. That's more about me. And I really hope to see you in the next video. And thank you for watching.